Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another live stream Tuesday. I hope you guys had a fantastic weekend. Your Monday wasn't too bad either. So let me get you guys up on screen instantly because we can see in the house tonight. We have Brian and Paul, Constantius in there, Vince, Corey, Jennifer, Billy, Lucy, Chris as well, Bev, Lynn, Leanne, Laurie, Renee, Patrick. Hello guys. Thank you for joining me tonight. Big shout out to the moderators as they go through that live chat room. Their names are in blue and they have a wrench next to their names. So, the unfortunate news from England is that we lost on Sunday in the Euro 2020 competition in the final. And we kind of did play well, or at least we did well to get to the final. But the only problem that I have is that if you don't follow football, our team is very young and we have a lot of very good young players and a lot of those are substitutes on Sunday when we played the final, and it was held at Wembley as well, so it was like a home game, so we had every opportunity to win the tournament, but unfortunately the game went to extra time, which means that it was 1-1, so it couldn't be decided in normal time, so then they play for half an hour longer. Now we've got loads of young players who are really fit and can run around a lot. And Italy, their defensive line had two players in there that were about 36 or something like that. Obviously, mere children to me and my age, but they were very old, so they couldn't move very fast. So it was a bit surprising that our manager didn't put the young players on when the other team were tired, and not only were they tired, but their defence were really old anyway. So unfortunately, if you haven't heard, it went to penalty kicks and we lost on penalties because we can't put the ball in the goal from 12 yards away, which again is a little bit annoying because you almost feel like, or myself having played football at a decent level, I feel like I just need to speak to the England team to show them how to score penalties, because it's something that we always struggle with, and we always go out of competitions losing on penalties, and we lost in the final on penalties. But never mind, there's a World Cup next year and hopefully we can maybe do well then, but it just seemed like a bit of an opportunity missed to get the young players on in extra time. But credit to the team for doing well, and congratulations to Italy for winning, because as I always say, if you are into any kind of sports and your team loses, try and just think how happy the other people are, and they certainly were happy, the Italians. So congratulations to them and commiserations to myself and England on Sunday. So that is that out of the way. I think the whole of the UK, well, probably no, just England, not the whole of the UK. I'm sure Scotland were loving it because there's a bit of rivalry between Scotland and England. But yeah, I'm sure the whole of England were a bit depressed on Monday, especially if you had to go back to work. But never mind, we will pick ourselves up and continue on forward. So the other thing actually about the penalties is that it's a really stressful situation, and because we did have a few young players that have been brought on literally to take the penalty kicks, so about 30 seconds before the end of the game they were substituted on to take penalties, and then the two guys that came on missed their penalties. And I think this is the other problem of putting very young players in a pressurized situation like that. You think, well, you should maybe let some of the older players take the burden, but then again, some of the older players probably said, oh, I don't want to take a penalty because it's too stressful or whatever. So you've got to credit the people that did want to take a penalty and step up. But they all were very young players. So hopefully in the future we'll do a little bit better. But even getting to the final, that would be amazing if we could do that again. Anyway, let's bring things back to this live stream. But thank you everyone, by the way, for all of the messages that you sent me about the commiserations to myself and England for not winning on Sunday. We were so close, but we were so far in the end. Anyway, let me get the names of my patrons up on screen because they make everything possible on the channel, this live stream, the analysis videos, the cover videos that I've done as well. So thank you guys, you know who you are. Their names go across at the bottom of the screen as always during these live streams. And let me get up on screen the target for tonight's likes. Where are we at the moment? Let me see if I can get the live likeometer on screen. We are at 121 likes so far. So thank you everyone for hitting that thumbs up. And I can just see Tortoro Porco goes through saying Chiellini already had a yellow card for tackling Sterling. They should have brought on younger players to pressure him. That's exactly what I was thinking. And if you don't know about football, one of their very old players who can't move very well, he basically strangled one of our players because he ran around him, but then he didn't want to get beaten, so he strangled him, pulled him to the ground, and he got a yellow card. And if you get another yellow card, you get sent off, which means you're playing against one less player, so it becomes a lot easier. And we didn't bring on those young substitutes. If I were a manager, I in that last half an hour, I just said, right, the opposition are very tired and they're old, so let's just put on all the young people and you're probably going to win because they're not going to be able to keep up with you. So yeah, real shame that the manager didn't just throw caution to the wind. And I personally would rather lose in extra time playing the match than lose having a young player miss a penalty. Because, of course, there are people in the population who then send abuse to the players who missed their penalties. And especially one player called Saka who got a lot of abuse online because he missed the last penalty, but the previous two people missed their penalties as well. So it wasn't just his fault. There were two other people that missed, but it always seems to be the case that people focus on the last person to have missed. And he's only 19 or 20 years of age, something like that. So I think as a manager, I would have rather avoided that situation of potentially putting young players under the spotlight, and not in a guitar sense, but in a sporting sense, taking a penalty kick to try and win a European Championship at such a young age. I would have just put on all the young players in extra time, and if we lost, then we lost in extra time, and at least nobody's going to get any abuse for missing a penalty. So yeah, a bit of a shame, but that's just how it went. And I'm hoping that in the future the same thing doesn't happen, that we get a really great opportunity to win if we just attack, but then we sit back. I think the problem is that our manager, Gareth Southgate, was a defender when he used to play, so he leans towards defending. So if we score a goal, he then changes us to defend, to try and win 1-0. Whereas I think all the great teams throughout the years, whenever they've scored, they don't then defend, they keep on scoring, and then they get 2 and 3 and 4 and they win 5-0 because they're that good. And I don't think I've ever seen Brazil, for example, another great football team, over the years who have scored 1 goal and then defend and stop attacking. All of their players are always attacking, and I think that's something that we've got to try and take on, as I know that we're not used to doing it. As a country attacking, football-wise, we're always trying to hold on to scores, but we've got to accept that at some point that we are very good and that we've got a lot of good attacking players, and we can be winning 2, 3 and 4-0 even against good teams. Anyway, let's move on from the football. I could talk about it all night, as you guys know. Football was the sport that I played pretty much up till the age of 19 and 20, and then I gave it up to focus on music because I just enjoyed that more. But yeah, I did play football quite a lot. I was playing maybe 3 matches a week. I was training twice a week as well. And then at university, I played in the university team. I was captain of the first team at college as well, captain of the first team there. And I was offered a place at a professional club in a youth training scheme. So I've been through all of that kind of footballer lifestyle in the early years of trying to be a footballer. But then once it got really serious, I didn't really fancy it anymore. I just preferred practicing my guitar, playing guitar. And yeah, the football thing lost its appeal when things got really serious, and it was now about, you know, hitting other players hard and, you know, trying to injure each other and all that kind of rubbish stuff. So yeah, I thought, yeah, this isn't for me. I'll just play football for fun in my spare time, but then I'll focus on music because I enjoy that more anyway. So let me just mention that there were a couple of donations that came in earlier on. Actually, let me get everything up on screen because I've been babbling about football. So the likes goal for tonight is 280. That's what we're looking for, and we are at 148 in the moment. So if we can have a little spike of the likes, that would be great. See if we can get that like number up a little bit. We need 132. If that's right or not, I'm not sure. Maths isn't my strong point, but 132 is what I'm saying that we need in order to get to 280. Hopefully that is correct. But also, yeah, let me get into those super chat donations that came in before we went live, because there was one that came in from Ginny for $7. Thank you for that, Ginny. And the message is, "Hi Phil, sorry about your team not winning. This is in honor of Dwayne, who has a birthday this week. Take care." So thank you for that, Ginny, and I'm not sure when it is this week, but happy birthday, Dwayne. I hope you have a fantastic day whenever it is. And Orlando has donated $2 as well. Thank you for that, Orlando. And the message is, spike the likes with a thumbs up and plug that mug. And I will indeed. And thank you for that reminder to plug the mug, spike the likes. Great idea on the mug for tonight. And if you want to get your hands on a mug, you can click on the link in the description below. Also, you can go over to teespring.com. I think probably because they've then changed their name to spring.com, it's going to be easier for you to click on the link in the description below. Or if you have got the tray underneath this video where the merchandise is displayed, you can click on any item that you want there and it'll take you through to the site. So that's an easier way to do it. But you can get your hands on a mug or a hoodie or a t-shirt or anything that you see there that you like. So there is other merchandise over at wingsofpegasus.com if you want to head over there as well. Let me give you I'll give you guys the website, even though it's pretty self-explanatory what it is, wingsofpegasus.com, and that's where you can find the merchandise that Carla makes over there, such as the earrings and necklaces, all that kind of stuff. So let me also get the donations thing up on screen so you can see the percentage that YouTube takes out the super chat donations, and the PayPal donations are 3 to 5%, just so you guys know, and that is all clear. So I know that we have had a donation on or in PayPal as well, but let me just address the donation that came in from Patrick for $5 as well in the super chat window. Thank you for that. And the message is, "Hola Phil, hope you are well. Today is the 36th anniversary of Live Aid. We should celebrate." So thank you for that, Patrick. And I have seen this reported in the news today, or at least a lot of people on Instagram as well, just mentioning the fact that it is, the anniversary of Live Aid. And we should celebrate. I'm not sure what we can do to celebrate, but I know that there was a request over on Patreon. I might have a little look through it because it might have been Lisa, but I'm not sure. And yes, it was Lisa who was saying about that anniversary over on Patreon, asking me to play my "We Will Rock You" cover. It wasn't really a cover, it's just me playing the riff and a little bit of lead, and it was also part of some other lead guitar sections that I was playing on that particular video. So it wouldn't really be a tribute or anything because it is very short and not really too much about Live Aid. So the other side of the coin is that tonight over on Patreon there's been a landslide for All Right Now, the cover that I've uploaded on Sunday. So that fortunately has been cleared by the publishing company, the record company, who have now allowed me to show that on my channel, which is great. So we will be looking at that. So there's going to be no vote tonight because it was just a landslide for All Right Now when I was asking for the covers or the suggestions for covers to show on the live stream tonight. So thank you guys for telling me that you want to hear All Right Now tonight. And we'll have to see how we get on with the live stream, whether we have any time. And if we do hit the likes goal up in the corner, then I'll need to play something in order to give you guys the chance and the time to type "I agree" and get your names on the pick roulette wheel for next week. But I think the other thing is, if I'm playing All Right Now as the cover for tonight, if I then played, I know for a fact that the other video has 3 other songs within it, because it's like a montage, I guess, is of guitar lead solos from the 80s. So having that video means that there'd then be 3 copyrights on that video and a copyright on All Right Now, and it'll start to get really complicated from the copyright perspective. This is why I just play one cover now on the live streams, so that the publishing company can just take the money for the live stream, the ad revenue for the live stream, not the donations. Those are still okay. Yeah, if they did take the donations as well, that would be a little bit hard to take as well. But yes, so they will have adverts on the live stream after it's gone live, and then this means that they take the revenue for that. But at least I can show the covers on the live streams, and I just show one at the time just to keep it really straightforward. But that is what we're going to be listening to a little bit later on. All Right Now, my version of it. And what I might do later on is, it depends. If you guys want to see a cartoon, we can maybe look at one of those. We always need to have maybe one more video to have a look at, so we can either look at another song or look at a cartoon. And if it is going to be a cartoon, then I can do the poll thing, set that up, and see if you guys want to decide amongst yourselves what we're going to be watching a little bit later on. So let me know in the live chat room what you guys think about that, whether you want to see a cartoon or not, whether we can just listen to another song. So let me just jump into this PayPal window as well, because like I said, there have been a couple of donations in there. Thank you guys for these, and hopefully it's up on screen that you guys can see it. Lucy has donated £7.13. Thank you for that, Lucy. And the message is, howdy y'all. Today is the 36th of Live Aid. I was glued in front of the TV applauding like I was there. Where were you? With some rock horns, a heart and peace. So I don't know whether that's Lucy asking everybody where they were during Live Aid, but I was probably, let me think, what age I would probably, I'm not sure what I would have been doing. Maybe just saying my first words, and actually I don't know how. I'll have to ask my mum, when did I say my first words? But yeah, so not to give my age away, I'll have to give you some maths, but I was alive when Live Aid was on, but I was very young, and I was not too young. I wasn't a total baby. I was maybe walking. I think most kids were walking. I was just over 2 years of age. Actually, 2.5. So, giving away my age. So, the people that are good at maths out there can add 36 to 2.5, and then you'll find that I'm getting dangerously close to 40. But let's just move on from this. But thank you for that, Lucy, and for that donation. And I can't remember where I was. I'll have to ask my mum, but probably I was just practicing my walking. But anyway, thank you for that, Lucy. Maybe we can throw that out to the live chat room to just see what you guys were doing when Live Aid was on. Were you watching it? Were you old enough to watch it? Were you there? That would be amazing if we can find some people that are actually there at Live Aid. And because there were 2 versions of it, one over in the USA and one in the UK. And this is the other thing that Phil Collins, he played in one, and then I believe he got on a Concorde and then went over to the USA and performed there as well. So yeah, he just scooted over, as you do, very quickly from one gig to the next. I mean, that's one hell of a gig journey to quickly scoot over to your next gig. But yeah, so if you were there in the USA, let me know, let everybody know in that live chat room, because it would be great to find some people that maybe attended such a notorious, famous, huge event that was really and is one of a kind event, and the first of its kind, and everybody just united over that event, and united through music, which is what music is all about, bringing people together and just making a change for good in the world. But anyway, thank you, Lucy, for that donation. And let me just scroll up, and Melody has donated £4.83. So thank you for that, Melody, and that is a straight up donation without a message on there. So thank you for that. And Robert has donated £3.45. Thank you for that. And the message is, do your thing, Phil. You're an awesome human being. So thank you for that, Robert, for those kind words. And I will keep attempting to do my thing. And I always say that as long as there are people requesting videos and suggesting videos and just joining me on these live streams, I'll keep on doing it. Even if people don't start watching or don't continue to watch, I'll probably still be here anyway on a Tuesday and a Saturday live streaming. So those of you who are available to watch and just want to connect in this live setting, I do enjoy the live streams. Just see you guys in that live chat room live. Rather than with the analysis videos, it's very much just going through the comments section, reading your comments and replying as much as I can, but there are a lot of comments in there, so I just do my best. I read all of them, but I can't reply to all of them. If there's any questions or anything, then I do my best to try and answer those. But yeah, in the live stream, it's great to interact with you guys in a live setting, so thank you for joining me tonight and for hitting that thumbs up. 179 is where we're at the moment. So we'll see if we can get up to that 280. If we get one more like, it makes it very easy for me to work out how many we need, because now we just need 101 more people to join us in that live chat room before the end of the live stream, and also hit that thumbs up. So if you could do that, it'd be much appreciated. It really helps this live stream and the channel to grow as a whole. But thank you for that, Robert. And I'm just going to scroll up because Tortoro Porco has donated £3. Again, thank you for that. And the message is, if England had won, I was going to send this to you to buy a Terry's chocolate orange soccer ball to celebrate, but maybe you can buy one anyways to celebrate the anniversary of Live Aid. So thank you for that, Tortoro Porco. And maybe I'll buy a chocolate orange, I'm not sure. I am somehow continuing to exercise, which is rare for me to keep exercising. I think it's been about 6 weeks now that I've continued, and they always say that if you can make it to your 3rd week of exercise in terms of building that routine, then you're something like 80% more likely to keep on doing it, and that's certainly been the case in my case. And yeah, so maybe the chocolate orange isn't going to be something that I have just because of the whole training thing, but maybe I can use it to buy a protein bar, a couple of protein bars, just to help the muscle recovery and all that kind of stuff. So thank you for that, Tortoro Porco. I'm sure this is it, that now I've got the idea of a Terry's chocolate orange in my head, then yeah, I'll have to make sure that I don't look at any in the shops, because I'll probably definitely buy one. That is my weak point, as you guys probably know. The Terry's chocolate orange at Christmas is pretty much when I have those, with Turkish Delight as well. And it tends to be just a Christmas treat, and I think if I had it every week, it would then not be as nice. I think when you wait a whole year and then you have something, it's it just tastes a lot better, and it is a treat. And I think that's the same for fast food, that if you just have it once a week, or maybe twice. I mean, I won't lie that with the football, sometimes if the football match is on and England's on and you see lots of advertisements for fast food, and then they say, order it now to receive it at half time. So they're telling you, they probably know that I'm hungry, they're telling you that if you order it, then you'll be able to get it at half time, organise yourself, watch the second half, and then you'll be eating fast food. So yeah, I've been having it a couple of times a week during the competition, but now the football's over, so I should go back to just having it once a week. And I think because I'm training, I'm kind of offsetting the extra calories, so it's okay. I'm not really suffering from it, especially if it's chicken, because then it's just lean protein, which is all good as well. But anyway, thank you for that, Tortoro Porco. And let me just jump into that super chat window, because Lisa has donated $4.99. Thank you for that, Lisa. And the message is, do you know roughly what it costs to be a Patreon? Your eye is looking better. With some eyes. So thank you for that, Lisa. And yeah, my eye probably only took, I don't know, 4 or 5 days to recover. I did it on the Sunday, just helping my dad out with his football team because they were players short. And sure enough, I got hit in the eye with a football. Well, it was kind of my own fault because I was shooting at goal and I kicked it quite hard. It hit another player and came back and hit me in the face. So I shouldn't have kicked it so hard. But yeah, so I had a bruised eye for probably, I don't know, about 4 days. But then it went away. And this is the other thing about having protein regularly. I mean, I try to have protein every 3 or 4 hours when I'm training, or a kind of high protein snack, high protein meal. And protein is the only thing that can fix things in your body. It's the building block of life. And the reason it's called that is because it's literally rebuilding things in your body. Anything that's gone wrong, if you've injured yourself, protein is what it takes to then fix everything. And when you think about the amount of protein I take in, for example, every day is probably between about 100 and 120 grams of protein. And that is enough for my muscles to recover before then working out again. So when you work out, basically what happens is you damage your muscle fibers, and then because they've been damaged, because you've been lifting heavy weights, the body then builds back the muscle fibers but stronger, so that they are then ready to take on the weight that you've just taken on. So they've adapted. And then the whole point is the next time you work out, you lift an even heavier weight. So then you damage the muscle again, and it adapts and it gets stronger, and therefore it gets stronger, but it gets bigger as well. That's the side effect, hypertrophy of resistance training when you put that muscle under stress. But anyway, so if you're having 120 grams of protein a day, it means that I'd say on average people have maybe 20 to 40 tops grams of protein a day. Most likely around the 20 grams area when you're taking into consideration a normal person's diet. And if you're thinking about how quickly your body recovers from an injury, it means that you can recover from an injury probably 4 to 5 times faster if you're having protein every 3 or 4 hours. And I'm talking about just 20 grams of protein, and that would make you recover 4 to 5 times quicker than when you don't have it. And this is why when people hurt themselves and they play sport recreationally, and then they say, oh, I can't play, and they're out for maybe 6 weeks or 8 weeks, they could have recovered in about 2 weeks or 3 weeks if they were having that constant intake of protein. It's just that they haven't got enough protein to fix muscle fast enough. But anyway, let's not get into sports science again, but just so you guys know, if you do injure yourselves, the only way that your body can recover is with protein. That's the building block of life. It's how you rebuild your body if you've got any damage done to it. So anyway, Lisa, thank you for that. And the first question was, do you know roughly what it costs to be a Patreon? And it's a patron. The site is called Patreon. So I'll tell you what, I'll get it up on site so you can see how to spell it. It's Patreon. And the whole point of the site is to become a patron. And back in the day, William Shakespeare had patrons, and it's spelled Patron. And that's a patron of the arts. So it means that they then sponsored effectively Shakespeare to write and do what he did, so that he could do that. And you know, that worked out quite well for him to have that support. So that's the same thing, that people get behind a particular artist or creator or somebody, whatever their art is, whether they do music or even drawing, painting or dancing, or whether they make merchandise, you name it, people can get behind the creators that they enjoy, and that helps them to be able to do it in exactly the same way that it enabled Shakespeare to do it back in the day when he had patrons. But anyway, that's the site, by the way, if you want to go over there and get involved yourselves. And to become a patron, it's $3 a month. So I'm not sure what that is in pounds. It's probably like £1.80, something like that in the UK. And here, £1.80, that's probably maybe half a coffee. If you go to like a Costa Coffee or something like that, it's usually about £3 for a coffee. I don't know, I don't go to these places, but it's probably more than that nowadays. So yeah, it's probably half the cost of a coffee a month to become a patron. So that's how much it costs over there. You can become a patron and sign up to a higher tier. If you want to give $5 a month, then that's great as well. Or $12. I think there's different ones that go as far as $25 or $50. So yeah, you can head over there, and $3 is the first one. Obviously there's no obligation to do this, it's just that Lisa has asked how much it is. And you can become a yearly patron if you just want to pay for a year. So that would be $36 for the year, for a $3 a month. Hopefully that's, my maths is correct in that. then yeah, you can just kind of pay in a one-off thing just to do the whole year. And over on Patreon, that's where I post all of my updates, and you get a notification for every single video that I do because I make sure that I upload it there. Also, the live streams get put on there, so it means that sometimes on YouTube I know that people don't get notified, or if you haven't clicked that notification bell, you won't see a video now and again. So over on Patreon, if you are over there, I upload every single video, so you'll be able to see every video if you really want to. Every analysis video, the in at the deep end, the under the spotlight, all of my cover videos, all of my original music videos with the live performance videos. So yeah, there's lots of other stuff over there as well if you want to check that out. So anyway, thank you for that, Lisa. And Carla has donated $4.99. Thank you for that, Carla. And the message is, can we change the lights goal to 275, please? Thank you, with a smiley face. And I might be able to do this live. Let me see what we can see. And okay, that was the original one was 275, so I'm not going crazy. I did change it to the right one, but we are going to change it now because it's maybe the wrong number for tonight. Let's have a look. 280. Let's do this live. I know exactly why Carla's saying this is to try and make the maths more difficult for me to work it out. So 275, and we're at 211. So what is that? How many are we looking for? 64? I think we're looking for 64 people. So if you can hit that thumbs up, that would be great in order to maybe get it to a more round number so that I can try and figure out the maths a little bit more easily. But thank you, Carla, for that. It has been changed live on the air. And just to jump into the super chat donation window, we'll keep on going out. I know that there have been other ones on PayPal, so we'll jump into that. But Mike has donated $5 as well. Thank you for that, Mike. And the message is, practicing running blind, I found out I was out of shape. So thank you for that, Mike. And this must be some guitar playing or being out of shape for playing on the guitar. So thank you for that, Mike, and for figuring it out. I'm just trying to think, maybe the riff we've got at the beginning, and I mean, is there a little bit of alternate picking rhythm in the song? I'm trying to remember. But yeah, I don't think it's too heavy on the wrist flexors and the muscles of the wrist. It's pretty much okay. There's not too much alternate picking going on. But yeah, maybe that intro riff is just a case of, yeah, getting that muscle memory down and just repeating it. And the muscle is exactly the same as exercising, that your muscles will get used to it after a while and they will adapt. And again, eating protein is going to help. If your arms are aching after playing the guitar for a long period, then eating protein is the only way that they're going to recover more quickly. So another top tip, just combining sport with being really efficient with your practice on the guitar as well. But anyway, thank you for that, Mike. And let me jump into that PayPal window because we've had a donation from Linda Z, who has donated £5. Thank you for that, Linda Z. And the message is, hi Phil, it's been a while since you showed us a picture of all the screens you're using, and I'm wondering what has changed since then. Please consider sharing another picture sometime with a smiley face. Linda Z with a smiley face. Double smiley faces. So thank you for that, Linda Z. And yeah, it has changed a little bit. I've got a kind of notepad type thing open now. I'm not sure whether I used to have that before, where I've got the, well, usually there'd be the suggestions, the requests for the cover videos, so I knew which cover that we're going to have a look at, or at least to vote for. If there's any other bit of news that I have to try and remember, then I try and remember to put it on a notepad. I've got the screen where I do all of the clicking of, I guess, yeah, that's what's a lot more involved now, is the amount of buttons that I've got on the screen that I can click on, because I redid the whole live stream setup a few weeks ago. Was it a month ago? Maybe a couple of months ago now. But yeah, so yeah, I've got a few more screens going on. I'll have to take a picture at some point, try and remember to take a picture. And I've got another screen over here, by the way. So I think I used to do it all on this one screen, whereas now over here I have my old monitor, and in front of me is the new monitor. So the new monitor's bigger, so I can fit more stuff on it. The monitor over to the left is smaller, but it's still a decent size because that used to be my main monitor, and that's what I use for the PayPal donations, so I can have them on there and read out the messages while looking at them. And on the big screen, I've got my live stream open here, so I'm looking at the live stream, but it's a little bit off-putting because myself on the screen is me in the past, because it takes maybe, I don't know, 5 seconds or something to get up to YouTube and then get back to me. So I'm watching myself in the past. So I try not to look too much at the feed, the YouTube feed, but I need to have it on screen just in case things cut out. And even though I have to look in that very specific part of the screen to notice that it has maybe gone down, that we're not live anymore. But we are live at the moment. I can see it's live, and we've been live for 38 minutes. So again, the time is disappearing. Let me jump into the requested cover for tonight, and let me know while this video is playing if you guys want a song at the end or a cartoon. If it's going to be a cartoon, I'll do the poll thing, or fill tune. I'll do the poll thing, we can have a vote on it to see which one you guys want to see. But we will jump into this, my cover of All Right Now by Free. And yeah, this certainly was one hell of a challenge, taking on, I mean, Paul Rodgers' vocal for a start. This is another thing that somebody commented in the comment section after I uploaded the video, saying, oh, this sounds detuned. Did you take it down a step or a couple of steps? And somebody else commented underneath saying, oh yeah, it sounds like it's been detuned, but it's still great. And thank you for all the kind comments on the video. But this is in the original key. So these are all the same notes that Paul is hitting on the original, and that's why it definitely was a challenge. And I mean, some of the notes that, I mean, even in the verse, we're hitting a C5, which is, you know, that holy grail that I say in other videos about just trying to get up to that point, the C5. There's constant A5s in the verse as well. So this was a real challenge. It does sit a lot higher than my comfortable range, but I hopefully got away with it. But yeah, this is in the original key. So hopefully you guys enjoy this, and let me know in that comment section about the later video that we'll watch if you want to watch a fill tune, or I can just play another original video. I can have a look on Patreon for the requests over there. But I'll see you guys after this. I hope you guys enjoy it, and hopefully this is going to work, because this is the first time I played it on the live stream for quite a while, because it is now allowed. So fingers crossed everything works, and I'll see you guys after. Rock!
There she stood in the street, smiling from her head to her feet. I said, hey, what is this now, baby? Maybe she's in need of a kiss. I said, hey, what's your name, baby? Maybe we can see things the same. Now do you wait or hesitate? Let's move. Go home to my place, watching every move on her face. And she said, look, what's your game, baby? Are you trying to put me in shape? I said, slow, don't go so fast. Don't you think that love can last? And she said, love, Lord above, now you're trying to trick me. All right now.
And there we have it. That was my cover of All Right Now by Free. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. And we are at 234 likes. I always like to point that out. So thank you guys for hitting that thumbs up, which means we are 40. Is that? Well, 41. Oh no, 40. There we go. It just did pass over in order for that number to be a little bit easier to work out. So thank you for that one like, whoever just helped me out doing the maths. And there's one more. So 39 likes we're looking for now to get to our target, and 38 likes is that. So thank you for hitting that thumbs up. You can continue to do that if you're watching this in the future in the catch-up crew and you want to hit that thumbs up. You still can do, even when you're watching this after the fact, after I've been live. It all helps the live streams to get out there. So every like is just as important as the last and the next. So thank you everyone for not only hitting that thumbs up live, but also after the fact. And by the way, if you are watching this a little bit later on, I go live at 12 midnight Greenwich Mean Time, so you can type your time zone into Google and do the mathematics to try and work that out to see when I'm live, because there are a few people that do comment underneath the videos in a few hours time and ask me why their message isn't showing up in the live chat room. But it does look live when it's being played in the future, but make sure that you check your clock and your time zone to see if it is actually live. If it isn't 47 minutes past your hour, wherever you are, then it's probably not live, because that's what the time is here at the moment. It's 47 minutes past midnight. So we've probably got just under half an hour of the live stream left. And we have the pick roulette to get through as well. And we are now voting for the Phil tunes. I'm just seeing which one is top at the moment. It's at 39%, I think, is the Guffest. So if you want to click on any of those, then we might be able to get it. I mean, it's now 38%, so it's going down. So make sure that you click for the one you want, and we'll have a little look at a Phil tune. And there's 4 options, I do believe. So 38% in the lead. It must be still pretty close. So make sure you have your say on that vote. So moving on with the live stream and the donations as well. I know that there has been another donation in the PayPal window, so let me just get that up on screen and address that very quickly. And let me just scroll up here. It's Orlando who has donated again, £3.45. Thank you for that, Orlando. And the message is, spike the likes some more with lots of thumbs up. Thank you for that, Orlando. Great idea again. Let's have another plug of the mug. Why not? Spike the likes. And there it is. This is the Tuesday mug. It does say live stream Tuesday on it. So I have picked up the right mug for the right occasion. And there are lots of other mugs and colours that you can choose the mugs for on Saturdays. I have the black and white mug. You can also get the purple and white mug. So check those out. As I said, link in the description below, or just the tray underneath this video to get taken over to the merchandise. But thank you for that, Orlando. And another one has come in as well. So thank you, Tortoro Porco. So thank you for the £2 donation as well. And scrolling down, and the message is, your Bad Company cover sounds amazing. Did you do overdubs on the chorus? So thank you for that. And when I do a cover, because I'm playing all of the instruments, I have to overdub and play one instrument at a time, because first I start off with drums. I get down the drum track. Then I do the bass, so I play through the bass. So now I've got bass and drums. So it's just layering one on top of the next. So I start from drums, and then I do bass, and then I'll do rhythm guitars, and then generally I'll do lead vocal, and then I'll do probably lead vocal, and then I do guitar solo if the song has a guitar solo. More than likely it does. If I'm doing a cover of a song, I tend to lean towards the ones that do have lead guitar solos in them, and even the ones that don't have lead guitar solos in them, I just shoehorn in a guitar solo. So lead guitar solo, and then finally, where have I just got up to? So, lead vocal, probably, yeah, lead guitar solo, and then harmony vocals as the very last part. And if there's maybe 2 harmony vocals, actually, I think I pretty much do the lead vocal and the harmony vocals at the same time. If I run out of time, or if I ran out of time when I was doing it, then I would have to do the harmony vocals on another day. But as I have everything set up for the mic and have my voice warmed up and everything, then I generally try and do it just all at the same time. But sometimes it was the fact that if it was getting too late, then I'd have to do it another day. But that was the order of, and that's obviously technically overdubbing because I'm playing on top of, it's like doing it's a really advanced looper pedal. If people don't know about recording, you record your track and then say the drum track, then you record your bass track, and you're just layering one on top of the next, and you eventually get through the whole band. So everything that the band has done, I'm trying to listen in and copy exactly the same thing and just layer it up and hopefully make it sound a little bit different because it's me singing it and me playing the instruments. So it's not going to be an exact copy, but I like to get it relatively close to the original. So on the chorus, the way that I mixed it is I only ever do one lead vocal. So I don't do kind of multi-track vocals of when you're overdubbing vocals or doubling them up. This is something that in recording they used to do all the time, where you double track your vocal, which means that you sing your lead vocal for the chorus, for anything really. Usually it'll be less evident on the verses, but it does happen sometimes, where you would sing your vocal and then you record again singing your vocal again. So you're layering your voice on top of your voice, and those are 2 separate takes. So you can sometimes do 3 separate takes of that if you want to. I don't do that. I don't do multiple takes of my vocal and then layer them on top of each other, because I find that sometimes doing that, if you have very prominent S or T's in the lyrical content and you're singing that on one take, you might have said the S slightly earlier, and this is something that you'll know if the vocal's been double tracked. You can hear the T's and the S's sometimes come in at a different time because of those 2 separate takes. So I don't like that. I just like to have one lead vocal down the middle. But what I did on the chorus was I took that lead vocal and I panned one more take, well, not one more take, but a copy of that take in the left channel, a copy of that take in the right channel, and then I think I just brought it up to a level to make the lead vocal stand out more. So it filled more of the space, because if you imagine the stereo field, obviously I might be losing people here if you're not really into music production, but if you imagine that I'm talking to you at the moment down the middle of a stereo field, and it's like just imagine a big sheet of paper in front of you, and if you hear something off to the left, it comes out the left speaker, and if you hear something off to the right, it comes out the right speaker, and that is your stereo field. So if you pan something in the middle, it sounds like it's coming at you from the middle. So that's what normally happens with a lead vocal and with my lead vocals, whereas with this, I put the same lead vocal in the left and the same lead vocal in the right, so that I then had that at about maybe half volume, maybe a little bit less than that, but it sounds like the voice is now all in front of you and it fills all of the space in front of you, rather than coming at you kind of right between your eyes. It's being heard from all across the front of your face, and that's the way that I mixed it. So hopefully you can hear the difference in the chorus between the mixing, the production that I did on the chorus, just to widen the stereo field of the vocal to get it to stand out more from the verse, because the verse is now straight down the middle, just a very simple voice that hasn't been copied and pasted and just increased in the mix to then fill out the sound. But anyway, hopefully that makes sense. Maybe that's what you mean about the overdubs. So technically, no, I'm not overdubbing the chorus. I'm not singing over myself. Instrumentally, I have to overdub because I can't play all the instruments at the same time. And in terms of the production, to give the sound of a wider stereo field, that's where I've copied and pasted the same take into the left channel and the right channel, and then just brought it up. And that's just very much a case of me listening to it and trying to judge or where I like the sound to be with that vocal. And top tip here, if you are into production at all, if you copy the exact same vocal, guitar line, whatever it is, and you copy and paste it and you put it in another track underneath, and then you maybe put it in the left channel or the right channel, it's going to sound weird because you've got all of the same peaks and troughs. The files, the audio files, are exactly the same. So what you need to do is just move one of the audio files ever so slightly out of sync with the other, so that it doesn't sound like it's the same audio file. Because generally what will happen is when you do copy and paste an audio track and it's exactly the same track twice, you'll then get peaks on your software. You'll start to clip because it's repeating exactly the same file twice. So it's like double the volume. You don't want to do that. You want to copy and paste and then just drag one of the files slightly later, slightly earlier, and only minimally, so that it counteracts the same file being played at exactly the same time, those milliseconds. And all it has to be is just milliseconds afterwards, milliseconds further. You can also get a slightly delayed sound if you want to drag that file even further. It's all down to personal taste, but if you are doing this production technique that I've just mentioned, make sure that your audio files aren't all in a line. You want to offset the left one. So for the left channel, I pulled it slightly to the left in terms of timing, coming in ever so slightly earlier. For the right channel, I pulled it to the right, so coming in ever so slightly later, so that all of the vocals aren't happening at exactly the same time. They're happening fractions of a second before and then after, but the human ear can't tell the difference between that timing because it's just milliseconds difference. But it's going to stop the weird chorusy sound, and also, most importantly, your software from clipping, and the hardware from clipping and just getting that really nasty sound of just having the file too loud because you've literally just copied and pasted it underneath. So anyway, there is a little bit of a tip for music production if you guys are into that and you want to get a slightly fuller sound to a particular chorus or a verse. That's what I do in order to achieve that. That's what I did on that All Right Now cover. But thank you for that, Richard Tortoro Porco, as he's known in the live chat room. So we are going to be moving on with the live stream. It's almost 1 a.m. So we're going to jump into, I think there's just one picture that we're going to be taking a look at tonight, and I think from memory it was Deborah that has uploaded another picture. So thank you for this, and I'll see you guys in a second. I'm just going to get the background up on screen. Hopefully this is going to work, and it is going to be Deborah with her merchandise, and here we have it. So thank you for uploading this one, and you can see that Deborah is totally merched out there with the Wings of Pegasus hat, I believe. It's a little bit out of shot, but also the Wings of Pegasus hoodie and the glass there and the mugs. She's made a little bit of an arrangement of the mugs, so thank you for that as well, and for getting all of that merchandise, Deborah, and uploading it. Thank you, Vince, as well, for linking me to the picture. And if you guys are wanting to upload your own pictures, then you can do over at Facebook, and it's the Wings of Pegasus supporters group over there. You can upload your pictures of your merchandise and I'll show them on the live streams. So thank you to Vince and Carla as well for linking me to all of the pictures that are uploaded there. And these will be shown on the Tuesday and Saturday live streams. That's when we live stream on the channel. And if you are new to the live streams, hello, introduce yourselves into that live chat room. That's how everyone starts out, just saying hello. We get to know each other and just tune in on a Tuesday and a Saturday. And it's about time that we have another pick roulette. I do believe we're looking for three new people and one new person to hit that thumbs up, to hit the pick roulette likes goal. And when we do, and we've hit the target, so thank you guys for that. We have hit the target for tonight, so don't type I agree yet. You have to wait till after we've done the pick roulette. And to make it a little bit easier, I'm going to jump into the pick roulette now so that we can get this done, have another lucky winner, and then we'll get into typing I agree after that. And it looks like at the moment we're going to be having a look at the Guff Fest Phil Tune, but you can keep voting on that because it's still open. So click on the Phil Tune you guys want to see. And let's jump into Tuesday night's Pick Roulette. And good luck, everybody. I'll see you guys in a second. Rock. So here we have it, and here is tonight's Pick Roulette wheel. You can see the t-shirt just going round. That is going to be a separate t-shirt roulette if it lands on that, and that's going to be one of the t-shirts custom made by Carla. So thank you, Carla, as well for doing this wheel, getting everything organized. So if you haven't seen one of these before, we're going to shuffle it 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm going to pick my tip for the top tonight. I'm going to go for Lou, who's just gone through there. So Lou is my tip for the top, Lou Miller. And good luck, everybody. Let's give the wheel a spin and see who's going to be the lucky winner tonight. And this is the only way, by the way, that you can get your hands on a Wings of Pegasus signed pick is just by winning the Pick Roulette. We have had a few very lucky people who have won twice, and that is the maximum amount that you're allowed to win on the wheel, but the chances of that happening are very slim. Let's see where we are here. Kate's going through, Nancy, Carl, Sue. It's going to get us, or it might get to RG. Will it get to Maria? It might do. Again, my tip for the top, unfortunately, has not quite come through. Is it going to stop? And it has stopped. So, congratulations to Maria, who has won the Wings of Pegasus signed pick. And commiserations to everybody else on that wheel. But Maria, if you are in the live chat room tonight, please let yourself be known to Carla in there so that we can organise everything and get that pick sent off to you. And Maria is the lucky winner tonight. So what we're going to be doing is, I'll have a quick look into the vote for tonight. Is still Guffest at 35%, but I think that's pretty close at the moment, so it could go either way. 35, I'm assuming if there's 4 of them, maybe 35% is the majority of the vote for. Oh no, the library gig's just taken over. So exciting stuff in the poll for the Phil Tune tonight. But anyway, back to the Pick Roulette. Congratulations, Maria. Commiserations, everybody else. And I'm just going to get everything back on screen. So there we are. I am here eventually. But thank you everyone for entering the Pick Roulette, and make sure that you type I agree. You can now start to do it in the live chat room. So I will now give you guys an example of how to do it. I'm going to tag Carla in there. So I type @ and then Carla, and then Carla Murray's name pops up. So I click on that and then type I agree. And I'm going to do it in capital letters, lots of exclamation marks, just to make it stand out so you guys can see it going through the live chat room, so you get an idea of how to get your name on next week's Pick Roulette. And as I always say, to double your chances of winning, tune in to the live streams on Saturday as well, because it's the same on Saturday as it is on Tuesday. If we do hit the likes goal in the corner, then we're going to be having a Pick Roulette on Saturday, which we are this Saturday, and we will have one next Tuesday as well. So I can see a lot of I agrees going through, so thank you guys for that. And the library gig is at 36%. It's going to be pretty close, and I'm just going to check something on my software. I should have renamed these. This is something that I always have the same problem, that I haven't renamed the real life stories, the Phil Tunes, so that when one gets requested, I'm still guessing as to which one's which, because I've just called them all real. And I think I might have been quite lucky here in that I can see, I think the library gig that I mentioned is the one that I've got my cursor over, the little arrow. So we might be able to jump into that. And what I want to try and make sure is that the live chat room is going to be above the cartoon when it comes on. Okay, so at the moment it's not set up to do that. So let me just move this. And you guys are going to have to bear with me. It might be the case that the software just freezes a little bit while it's working, because I'm moving everything out of the way in order to try and make sure that you guys see the cartoon and can also see the live chat room. And it might have just frozen for a while, but that was me just adjusting it. So hopefully this is now gonna work, and I don't know why it's taken me to a totally different place on the software, but we will see. So and I'm gonna just call a close to that poll. So let me click on this, I'll end the poll and see. I think it was really close between the fill tunes, so I'll wait for the official final vote to see where we were. And by the way, I just want to mention that Ginny has donated $7 in the super chat window. Thank you for that in the messages. Phil, is that trying to get the middle right? Why so many people who put mono songs in stereo mess them up so bad? Thanks. So thank you for that donation, Ginny. And the library gig, yeah, got 35% of the vote, and Guffest had 31%. So it just nipped ahead. So we will be watching that. 151 votes tonight. So thank you guys for voting on that. And just to answer that question from Ginny, the thing about recording in mono is that mono means just in your left ear or just right down the middle. If you're listening to mono, you're not going to get the ability to use a stereo field. So this is why, if you imagine you're trying to mix something by not moving it around in the stereo field, like when you've got stereo, it means that, for example, when I mix, I have the hi-hat slightly off to the left, I have the foot pedal in the middle, I have the bass in the middle, I'll have the toms, the high tom from the left going to the mid tom, going to the low tom across the stereo field, still relatively in front of me. But then I'll have the snare in the middle as well. I'll have my crashes, one pan hard left, one pan hard right. So you can start to set up your drum kit as if you're being surrounded by a drum kit. And then you can put one guitar off to the left if you want it, maybe keys off to the right slightly. So it gives you a lot of space to organize where you're putting all of your instruments. In mono, everything's down the middle. So you have to try and mix it in such a way that you get a good mix through pretty much EQing things as best as you can. So you want to make sure that your EQ for your foot pedal, for example, doesn't start to infringe on the bass and gets muddy. So it's a lot harder to mix in mono than it is in stereo. And it's something that a lot of producers do, is they mix in mono first, because they know that if they can get a great sound in mono and get all of the instruments just to stand out and stick out exactly how they want them to, then when it comes to stereo, they've already got it made because it sounds good in mono, and now they got the opportunity to pan everything however they want to in stereo. The reason that some people might not do a very good job of it trying to take mono into stereo is just purely because of that mono has been just down the middle, and it's now going to be a case of trying to manipulate that mono signal and force it to go into stereo, and it's something that it won't want to do. And by the way, through default or by default, every vocal is mono. A microphone is just one mono signal that you get, whereas when you do plug in a guitar, for example, on my UX2 that I use, my Line 6 UX2, I can make a mono signal into a stereo signal through the software. And I really prefer that, so that if I want to move my vocal, say for example I want to move my vocal into the right channel, I can do that after recording my vocal and I don't have to do anything. That mono signal has been turned into a stereo signal by the software, and I just prefer that, because if you want to pan your vocal to the right and you've done it in mono, you can't. It stays in the left channel. It will just come out of the middle the whole time. It will just come out of that left speaker. You can't move it over to the right because it's mono. Whereas I just like the freedom to be able to pan my vocal right. If I feel like doing that, then I can do that. So yeah, I prefer to just record in stereo and mix in stereo, because it just makes things a lot easier. If I just have a sound that I want to have a vocal off to the right, I just want the option to do that rather than having to try and copy and record again a mono signal, or then copy a mono signal again, try and put it in a right channel, or copy and paste it into a stereo channel. And then even sometimes you do run into compatibility issues as well. So yeah, it is a little bit tricky. But anyway, thank you for that, Ginny. And just to jump into the PayPal window as well, thank you guys for these donations. And Deborah has donated £6.90. Thank you for that, Deborah. And the message is, hi Phil, I was surrounded by all my merch, hat, band, brim cap, 5 mugs, necklace, CD, 2 t-shirts, tumbler and pint glass for luck during the game. Sad because it didn't help. Sorry, Phil. So thank you for that, Deborah. And as I said, Deborah was fully merched out in, I think, pretty much everything that is on offer from the Wings of Pegasus brand, I guess we could call it. So thank you for that, Deborah, and for pointing out all of the things that were, so there were a lot more things on show there that weren't really on show because we couldn't fit it all into the picture. But thank you for that, Deborah. And Sue has donated £20 as well. Thank you for that, Sue. It's a straight up donation. And Lucy has donated £2. Thank you for that, Lucy. And the message is, I thought, oh, let me just scroll down. I thought I recalled there were 5 Phil tunes. What happened to number 5? Thanks, Phil, with a smiley face. And I think I've only got 4 on here. I think there are 5 in all somewhere, but the 5th one, I don't know where it is. I know it might be on my old computer, but it might not be. I have searched for it for quite a while, but I haven't been able to find it. And yeah, I can't remember what's happened to that. It's just the problem that the old computer takes so long to start up, and to try and find it on the old computer is just a nightmare. So yeah, I'm not sure, because it's not, I haven't got it as just a video file. If it is anywhere, it will be as a Final Cut Pro project file, and then trying to, I would then have to transport it over to Final Cut Pro 10 in order to make it compatible, and then try and get it from there somehow. But like I said, I'm just, yeah, trying to find it, or having time to find it. It's just the time. I know that it's taken me a long time to find the 4 that I've done, and it's just finding that maybe 1 or 2 hours to dedicate to try and find where the 5th one is. But yeah, I just have 4 at the moment, so maybe I'll find it in the future at some point, but I just haven't had time to search for it. I'm just spending my time keeping up with everything else at the moment. But anyway, let's jump into this Phil tune, and it's going to be the last action of the live stream. Thank you guys for typing I agree. So this is going to be your last call to type I agree in the live chat room to get your names on that pick roulette wheel for next week. But hope you guys enjoy this one. This is the library gig, I think. So I think this one is called We Need This Gig. I think that's what I titled it. But anyway, hope you guys enjoy this, and I'll see you guys after. Rock.
Guys, I'm so excited. I have just managed to get us an awesome gig.
Well, I do hope our definition of awesome coincide.
Well, I know a guy who works at a pub, and he said we can play there this Friday night.
You know a guy. So far, to be honest, I'm on the fence about this gig. Persuade me. Where is the venue? Will I have heard of it?
The pub is called the Golden Guff. It is in Surrey. My friend has told me it will be amazing. We need this gig.
Well, it certainly sounds like a reputable joint. It's about an hour's drive, but I'm going to trust you on this. Let's book the gig.
We won't regret it. The place will be packed. I can't wait.
Wowzers, this pub really looks like a library. Hello there. Do you work here?
Yes, I do.
Yes, we do need help. Thanks for asking. We are the band who are playing here this evening. What is the plan?
Are you sure there's live music tonight?
Well, I ruddy hope so. If not, my bandmate has yet again stitched me up, as well as himself. So, who is in charge?
I am the only person working here tonight.
Well, at least we know, therefore it will not be busy tonight. Great. Where is the stage, and we'll start to set up?
Well, whenever someone has played an acoustic guitar, they have been sitting here, so you can play in this area.
Oh my guff heck of frig. You may actually notice there are tables and sofas in the way, not to mention just being a woeful position for music.
I'm afraid you'll have to move the table and sofas out of the way then.
Well, as I'm a musician and I want to play, I will do this manual labor in addition to the hour's drive. I also assume we are not getting paid for this gig.
That is correct.
At least you're holding up your end of the bargain. Well, let's get to work, guys. These sofas look like the heaviest sofas we will ever lift in our lives.
I'll leave you to it, and I'll make sure that if you need anything, I will be impossible to find.
Many thanks for following standard protocol. Great job, guys. It only took an hour and I think I've got a hernia. But I'm sure it will all be totally worth it and not a gig we should have declined. Just the person I was looking for. So, where is the PA? Is it quite heavy to lift? And also, how many channels does your mixer have?
We don't have a PA here.
Ha 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 ha. That was a fantastically great joke. Wasn't it? Or should I say, it better have been.
No, what you see is what we have.
That, I'm afraid, is sweet guffaw. Well, what do you usually do on live music nights then?
Jacob usually does all the band stuff. He's not here today, but I have his number if you want to talk to him.
That might be an idea. At least every last detail of this gig has been meticulously planned by the venue. Otherwise we could all look like absolute total amateurs. Hello Jacob, I'm Phil from the band that are playing at your pub tonight. Where is the PA? And the mixer? For the gig? Okay, so it's in your car. And you are in your car at the moment. And you're 5 hours drive away. Do you think this may be an issue? Considering we're playing in 45 minutes, you didn't realize what the time was? Oh well, that is a very acceptable excuse. I mean, how could anyone ever have foreseen these unlikely turn of events? Unbelievable. So here is the situation. The PA is 5 hours away. We have 45 minutes until we start. So this venue has quite truly rogered our collective bums in the guff.
Oh dear. I can't help feeling partially responsible for us being in this position.
Yes, I wonder why that is.
Just so you know, your friends and family are also just starting to arrive. They must have made the hour-long drive to support you.
Oh. Great. Well, as ridiculous as this sounds, I have purchased my own PA, so that if a music venue is retarded enough to not have any equipment, I have everything. It just so happens it's in my sister's boyfriend's van, who should be here shortly. So, it seems that you as a collective venue won't have egg on your face. You jammy dodgers.
I don't understand.
Oh, just that to the innocent onlooker, you'll look like you have a great PA system and are a great live music venue, when in fact you are actually a total load of rubbish guff venue. With no idea, and couldn't organize a piss-up in a brewery. Present location accepted. No offense.
None taken.
You are seriously mentally vacant. I'm going to slag off this pub to my family now. Bye.
And there we have it. That was one of my real life stories. Hope you guys enjoyed that one. Thank you for voting to see that one tonight. And we're going to be calling things to a close now. Unfortunately, the live chat room was a bit in the way there, but I just played that cartoon so that you guys had a little bit more of a chance to type I agree, because we're going to be having that pick roulette next week, and that's the only way to get your names on there. But I think pretty much everyone has done it by now, and just as I say that, I can see Beth going through just saying I agree and tagging Carla, so maybe there are a few more people that aren't going to be on that wheel, unless you can do it in the next maybe minute, because I'm going to be calling things to a close now. Thank you everyone for tuning in tonight, and just make sure that everything is okay. Oh, Linda Z has donated in the PayPal window, so let me just quickly get that up on screen so that we can see Linda Z. £3.45, thank you for that. And the message is, your lessons on production tonight have been excellent. Thank you, Linda Z, with a smiley face. So thank you, Linda Z. No problem at all. It's something that, yeah, I have quite an interest in, production, and obviously playing guitar, singing, just music in general, as you guys probably know from watching the channel. But thank you for joining me tonight, everybody. Let's have a little look into that live chat room for last time. We have Frank, Lucy, Scott, Jennifer, Vince, GTO69, Laurie, Renee as well, Billy in there, still in the house. We have Mel, Michelle, Richard, Tortora, Porco, Valerie, Tom, and Deborah, Vincent, Michael. Thank you for joining me, guys, tonight. I'm going to be live streaming again on Saturday night, so you can join me then. If you were here last Saturday and you typed I agree, then you'll have your name on that pick roulette wheel on Saturday's version of it. So I look forward to seeing you then if you can make it. I'm going to be doing another video tomorrow night, which is Wednesday night, just a standard analysis video, so look out for that one. And another one Friday night, so a couple more analysis videos before the live stream on Saturday. But everybody stay as safe as possible. Quick update in the UK. We're transitioning to basically going back to normal. I think it's on the 19th or something like that of this month that everyone has been said that you can take your masks off and just go back to normal. But I think a lot of businesses, quite rightly, are still going to ask people to wear masks, because if one of their employees gets COVID and then has to isolate for 10 days, obviously they're going to be losing money. So I think a lot of people are still going to wear masks, even though everything is pretty much back to normal here. Last time I checked, it was 66% of our population have had both jabs, both vaccine jabs. So that means that I guess the herd immunity thing takes over, that more people are effectively immune to it than other people, or at least have had the vaccine, so if they do get it, it's not going to be really serious. And I have my second one on Saturday, so this Saturday I'll be getting myself fully vaccinated. So as I said, everyone try and stay as safe as possible, follow your government's guidelines, wear your masks if that's what your government's telling you to do, and yeah, try and get vaccines if that is something that is available in your country as well. Certainly here it's been rolled out at a very impressive rate, and I mean that 66% of the population is only going to increase. So yeah, just get those jabs, those vaccines if you can. But anyway, thank you guys for joining me tonight. I'll see you guys at the next analysis video live stream on Saturday. As I said, have a great rest of the week, and I will catch you guys later. Thank you to the mods, as always, the moderators in that live chat room, for just making it such a great place to be. You are very much appreciated, and I'm sure everybody in the live chat room appreciates you too as well for all the work that you do on these live streams. So a huge thank you from me and from them. I'm sure that they echo those sentiments. So thank you, moderators. Thank you everyone for joining me tonight, and I'll see you guys at the next one. Rock.